Yo, welcome to another reading. I've got a small announcement. This is going to be the last video of the 2 video a week stream that you've had for a while. Earlier in the year, I was doing up to 4 videos a week, and I'm slowly reining that back now because I'm trying to get you over to my Patreon. So from now on, once a week for the YouTube videos, and some additional content on the Patreon. Now, Patreon, I've got once a week on there as a minimum, but sometimes I'm throwing up more content on Patreon. And obviously, if you subscribe to that now, you're getting all the previous content on there as well. So you're playing a lot of catch up. So you've got lots of extra content over there on Patreon. So I understand that everyone's, got different budgets, but it's incredibly affordable. And I will still be doing content on YouTube, just not so much of it. So, love update. As always, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Feel free to pause the video, and we'll start off with pile number 1s. As always, pile number 1s, these are for singles, people who are dating, and people in a long-term relationship. And these videos, they usually reflect the present or the future. So, feeling kind of loose today in terms of the style, but kind of hatchy actually. Let's see what comes through. So I'm feeling kind of this. Uh-oh. Getting argument vibes. Part 1, you might have had an argument. I'm getting almost from this energy here, don't touch me, from the masculine. So masculine energy here, feminine energy. Yeah, it feels like an argument to me. I feel like for somebody, I'm getting like Arab vibes. You might be Arab. Or, just that part of the world. Is it the EUAE? EU. I can't remember what that. The EUAE or whatever. I'll give you an interesting fact for pile number 1s who's listening. This is really kind of Patreon information actually, when I kind of give my business like this. But believe it or not, I was actually invited to work on the Qatar airport. So I used to work in architecture practice, and I was working there, and there was just a certain, they basically needed help. They needed more. Don't think I was quite qualified as an architect yet, but I was on my way. I had my master's, I think. And they just needed more people out there. At a time in London, not many people wanted to go over to that's it, Middle East. You're Middle Eastern. Could be. Or you've got a past life in the Middle East. Yeah, not a lot of people wanted to do that. You know, it's almost a little bit trending and cool now to go to Dubai and stuff, but at least in that period of my life, it weren't really cool to do that, you know. It was a little bit weird, in fact. You know, there was always weird stories coming out of the Middle East. You know, like people just doing weird things for money and stuff. I'm not sure if it's still like that. But, yeah. It's a little, back in, you know, with my old walking stick, back in my day. Yeah. I was actually going to go, but maybe this is a little story for you that maybe relates to your argument. Could be to do with the masculine energy here making some form of decision that the feminine don't agree with or something like that, and it's caused an argument. But I remember it was a great opportunity, but it was going to get in between my qualification. So I was at the stage where I was just trying to get my certification, I should say, as an architect, and working on Qatar Airport. That wasn't gonna I'm probably boring you pound number ones, but in the UK you have to show that you've worked on projects here in the UK because you have to understand all the regulations over here. So doing a project abroad, it wasn't fit for my case study. So that's why I didn't take it, but boy, I would have snapped that up in no time if it weren't for that. So, part number one's Middle Eastern energy is coming through here for some reason. So you might be from the Middle East. You might even be like kind of Asian as well, getting vibes like that. You might relate to that story somehow. Like it could be, you know, obviously this could be many different examples, but it could be as simple as the masculine is saying, I'm making this decision and that's it, that's final. And you keep on coming to me with something, and this argument is happening. Part number one is, if you're the masculine listening to this, you might just need to listen, show some empathy. Even if your decision is final, just at least show your partner that you're listening to them. And the feminines who are listening to this, you may be like on the negative side, you may be nagging, possibly. And I wouldn't even say on the positive side, but on the side of you may be in the right position, is that, you know, you might be dealing with a little bit of an arsehole. You know, and that's why I say to the masculines, you may need to at least show that you're listening here. Because this feminine might just be dealing with someone who's really bad at communicating. So you're going to know where you sit, depending on if you're masculine or feminine watching this. I don't think this is necessarily breakup energy, but I was getting the energy of, I can't really do this anymore. There's not much more of this I can take. Do you understand? So you're not at the treading on eggshells stage yet, but it's taking its toll. You know, like when you're going on a hike and you're walking somewhere and you're like, oh shit, my feet are starting to hurt now. Like they're not blistering up yet, and you're not kind of tripping up over your feet from exhaustion, but you're like, oh, okay, I'm feeling that now. I'm at the moment just before I'm about to get sore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the relationship version of that. it's not the write-off. You're not crawling on the floor with broken shins. Just had a Ferrari pass by as well. That's a clue, I think. You guys definitely from the Middle East. I know you like your luxury cars and that. Yeah, just had a Ferrari just pass by. It was decent. Not bad. Not a bad colour. So yeah, you're not at that point of absolutely uh, breaking down, but you know it's taking its toll, and that goes for both the masculine and feminine listening to this. So that means that this can be, if this is something that you want to continue fighting for, there is fuel left in the tank. You're not beating a dead horse yet. The horse is not dead. You might even be horse Chinese zodiac signs, or one of you might be. Might want to look into that for some confirmation. Part number 1, I think that's your reading. If you enjoyed it, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and obviously, like I said in the introduction, you want to be checking out that Patreon now. It's Patreon time. See you in the next one. Take care. Okay, poem number 2 is we got like a little hatchy style going on. Try and bang this out before my voice completely goes. So this hatchy style. It's a hatchy style, but different energy from part number 1's. Different energy completely. This couple looks more happy. Just gonna create some definition in the face. Cool. Okay, masculine energy is on point here. Seems secure. Seems solid. So if you're the masculine energy, yes. Yeah, wait. So let's capture both the couple energy first. I'm getting energy of just happy. Yeah, this is one of those readings. I'm not gonna say they're almost boring, but they're, you know, it's no worries here. You don't need the Z couple therapy today. No Z couple counselling needed today. This couple looks pretty happy. I feel like just close that curtain. The light was kind of open. Could just mess up the picture sometimes. Right, so I was saying here, I feel like this might almost be a little bit of a traditional couple because I got the energy here of the masculine kind of holding it together. The feminine just seems happy because like everything's going all right, you know. I feel like the masculine's holding it down here. You know, sometimes in life where things just fall into place. It's kind of one of them readings. I feel like right now they're just falling into place. The feminine energy here on the left, um, is in dreamland, and then the masculine is like, yeah, guess we are. For the masculines, I kind of feel you. Like I understand this energy quite well because it's the kind of energy where you start seeing the rewards of things for all the hard work you've put in. After a certain point in life, um, you don't get so like you're just not so goofy with it because it's like whatever. It's like I put the work in, whatever, you know. So I get that kind of energy from the masculine. I say keep doing your thing. This is almost. I feel like the masculines who are listening to this. I feel like you're my entrepreneurs, my business people. So all those videos that I've done in the past, speaking to those people, I feel like it's not wasted because I can feel that presence, that energy from this person. I understand that, not understand, but I can kind of feel that you guys were probably on the same page. So like when I kind of make statements like you can never really prepare enough in business, there's always some kind of shitstorm. You know, most people won't even understand what I'm talking about there, especially if you've got a job. But I'm sure that you know exactly what I mean. Pile number 2 is for the masculines. And then the feminines, yeah, it's just like I said, it's a little bit boring in the sense that I don't really have any like clear advice for you. Only that probably masculines keep doing what you're doing and keep having in the back of your mind how shit can go south. Because I think that's quite healthy, even though people might call it pessimistic. And I think the feminine, the beautiful energy that I'm getting from the feminine energy here is that I feel like the feminine is being her true feminine self through the security of the masculine. So I'm getting the energy here of innocence and is it like giddy? You know, when someone's like giddy, like the feminine energy, if you don't have kids already, it's like you want more kids. It's the energy I'm getting through, you know, like she's all loved up because everything seems perfect. And I guess the masculine energy is like, yeah, it's perfect for now. But he's maybe not even saying that, he's just smiling back at her. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting from this, but it is somewhat perfect. You know, I don't want to jinx you, pile number 2s, but at least the energy that I'm getting from this is like, cherish these moments. If I'm singing to the choir here, just remember to cherish them because, you know, it doesn't matter if you're the feminine or the masculine listening to this. The waves do change, you know. So really do cherish it when you're on these highs. take mental memory, and enjoy the moment. The feminine energy almost looks a bit excited as well, because like she's on her tiptoes. Just like giddy. I think the word is giddy. You might want to Google that and double check that I'm saying the right word. Giddy. It's probably Giddy. Giddy. Like excited. Pile number 2 that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com. And as I said in the introduction, you need to get yourself over to the Patreon. Support us over there. Take care. Okay, pile number 3 is we've got a loose, almost scribbly style today. I'm just sitting on the energy, seeing what's coming through. You might have been drawn to pile number 2s. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, there was a slight touch here of like celebrity energy. You know, like when the paparazzi tries to snap someone taking a picture, I got a little touch of that. So I don't even know how that would fit into your life, pile number 3s, because I'm sure the percentage of people who are famous watching this is quite small, but do you know what I mean? Can you see what I'm seeing? There's like the snapshot of, you know, people just trying to live their own lives and some motherfucker is just taking a picture of them. So that's a confirmation probably for a small percentage of you. But I guess for the majority of you here, look, this is a weird thing to say because the energy is still the same. So I feel, you know, and I'm just trying to be honest and real here with how this energy is coming through. It's still the same thing. So if you're not a celebrity, I feel a little bit like there's someone here, like I don't want to use the word, but it's like stalkerish, or at least someone kind of like watching a little bit too much what you two are doing. This might be like a toxic, like I don't even want to talk on this, it's like gross, but it's like a little bit of the energy of, you know, an ex getting into your business or something like that. Oh my gosh, it's so immature. Pile 3s. I don't even want to do this reading, y'all, but it is what it is. I can't think of any other scenario, but the energy is the same. So like it's like the paparazzi. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure for some people out there, they may be wanted. Maybe celebrities want that attention, but for the most part, most people don't want to be taken, have photos taken of them, uh, without their own consent. So I'm just getting the energy there, like it's still the same thing going on, but it's just a different case for some of you. So someone maybe trying to get into your business who's not got your consent, you know? So it's cringy, at least it is for me, but the energy's the same. So, I guess on a more less cringy note, it could be even someone in your family. This could be the case of like someone's like, what's it called? Mother-in-law just being a pain, floating around. But yeah, sorry, y'all. I think some of you it's like kind of a past relationship, like an ex or something. Just just snooping. And I think for some of you, you're gonna know who that is and what I'm talking about. I feel like it's as well. It feels to me like the feminine is almost looking around a little bit, like she has more concern for this issue. The masculine kind of seems like he's just minding his own business a bit more. Doesn't seem to care so much. So that might mean something. The good news of this reading is I don't think that this issue is going to affect you. So if it's the photographer trying to get a snap of you, the weird ex, or the weird stalker, I don't think it's I don't think it has any effect on this relationship, Palfrey's. But yeah, really, really odd reading. It kind of made me uncomfortable. I'm gonna have to cleanse myself off after this one. Sorry that some people are even going through that. It's something I've never had to deal with to that extent. I remember there's been occasions like, especially when I was more active on my socials in the architecture field. I remember there was a few events I went to, and that kind of made me feel really uncomfortable because I remember some people asking for photos of me, and I actually had to just leave the event quickly, like sooner than I wanted, because I took one photo with someone and the next person asked me, then the next person asked me, then the next person, and it just created this chain long effect. So the issue that I had was just like if you pause, my work in the architecture field, you rarely see photos of me, or you rarely see me showing myself. I usually let my work speak for itself. So what usually happens to me, depending on what circle I'm in, it's usually the whisper. Is it like, I can't say my name, but it would be like, oh, I think that's Z from Z Architecture. I think that's Z. And then as soon as that one person goes, oh, are you Z from Z Architecture? Oh my gosh, I love your work. Can I take a picture? From that moment, it's downhill from me. But because I don't show myself so much that people instantly know who I am in that circle, that's what it takes. And it's like a domino effect after that. But I can imagine that for some people, like most people don't care anything about architecture, so they're not going to understand really what I'm talking about. If I said to the average person, name your favorite architect, they probably can't even think of one architect, let alone care about my stories, right? But I can imagine for the celebrities who are musicians or actors, for example, where their faces kind of presented more to people's eye, it would be that kind of scenario that I'm explaining, but on steroids. So I can't even say I can understand that feeling. I can only say that I empathize with anyone who's having to go through that. I guess it's part of the game. I guess there are smart ways to get around it, but it obviously means some sacrifice. I'm not going to give away some of those things that come to my mind. But yeah, there's certain tactics that I've come to realize which help. But pile number three is if that is you, there's ways to be clever. You definitely don't want to be listening to people who just, oh, don't worry, just don't give a fuck. Don't listen to those people because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know how it feels. Don't listen to the people just saying, be authentic, be your genuine self. They've never experienced how someone can take your words, jumble them up, make a clip out of it, and try and throw your, carry your name through the dirt. Yeah, part number three is like the parting words. I would just say, like I said, whatever you're going through here, it seems to be. So like to rein it and ground it back to earth. For the small percentage who aren't experiencing paparazzi or that feeling, it's understand that you've got something good here. And then secondly, it would almost be my advice would actually be kind of just play the game a bit more. Be smart, be intelligent. Outsmart people. Don't listen to the sheep. Listen to yourself and kind of get into the head of the opponent. So if that's your mother-in-law, if it's the ex, get into their head. Why are they doing what they're doing? And how can you bring this to an end? Instead of worrying about what their next move's going to be, just actually try and get into their shoes and play chess from that perspective. Why are they doing this? how can I avoid this from happening? And I feel like that's going to kind of give you some, you're going to have a eureka moment through that. I feel like whatever situation you're in at the moment, you're maybe in the, for the feminines at least, you're in the mindset of, I don't know, um, it's like you're looking over your shoulder. She feels to me like she's looking over her shoulder. Your energy is spent on what are they going to do next in a way that is very orientated. My advice to you would be get into the mind. Get into the mind and play chess. Play the game and see if there's some way that you can outwit your opponent. It sounds quite manipulative, but sometimes that's just what you've got to do in life. I don't think a lot of people would actually even give you that advice, but that's what's coming through. I wouldn't even say that I've read all these books, but you want to think about books like The 48 Laws of Power. What's another one? How to Win Friends and Influence People. I grew up on a lot of business books because I was interested in that kind of stuff. But you might want to even just look into the mindset of I'm not going to put myself on blast here, but I remember I even recently read a book by someone really famous. I'm not going to put their name out there, but I read this book and I was like, damn, I think just like this person. You might want to listen to some kind of business people who may seem a little bit like cutthroat. I think that might help you. So think about, this is maybe for the feminines here. I feel like the masculine, he's just thinking about that burger smells nice or something like that. Don't give me it doesn't give me the energy like he cares that much. I'm gonna fancy a coffee. Do you know what I'm saying? The feminine energy is all paranoid. He's worried about the next burger. So you might want to look at kind of, I guess if you're feminine, look at those business people who are a little bit like, they're seen as cutthroat. Now, I'm not saying that you've got to be cutthroat yourself, but, just embrace those qualities of someone who basically don't take no shit, and knows how to navigate, because I almost get the feeling here, like, let's face it, even with let's say the paparazzi example, let's face it, there is an element of what they're doing to be very smart, isn't it? Like I said, I know this is only going to apply to a small amount of people, but just remember that paparazzi, that is whatever your context is. So like I said, it's the mother-in-law, the ex-girlfriend, the ex-boyfriend, the ex-blah, blah, blah, the ex-da-da-da-da-da. It's that person who's kind of imposing their energy. And part number 3 is, I feel like what they're doing is manipulative and smart, Think about the paparazzi, like, for them to find out where someone is going to be, they've had to use their brain in order to get to the right place at the right time and take that picture. There's something that they're doing which is kind of ahead of you and smart, So, like, I hope that kind of penny lands with some people. When you think about it, they are using their intelligence. Paparazzi aren't stupid. It's not even about the photo. It's about how the fuck did they know where these people were? How did they get that information? Do you know what I mean? They're being smart. So sometimes in life, people might throw out comments like, "Oh man, that person's cutthroat," or "That person's really manipulative." that person, that person's narcissistic. But who's their enemy? Who are they up against? Who's trying to take their pockets? Who's trying to rob them? Who's trying to take their partner? Who's trying to take their possessions? Yeah, they might have had to build that tough skin for good reason. They might have had to build those traits because they were up against a bigger enemy than you. That's how life goes sometimes. So, poll number 3 is, I know that probably made sense to the people who needed to hear that. If you enjoyed the video and appreciated it, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com. And you should definitely be supporting the Patreon now if you listen to the introduction. See you in the next one. Take care.